up, guys? Mike here. Today we are going to go over some stocks that you can buy to try to avoid the painful downturn of this market. Some of these stocks are pretty well known, and some of them you are not gonna probably know about them unless you've been trading them in the past. So we're gonna go over a few stocks that I think are relatively safe, have been consistently going up the past few months, and they seem to be doing very well. And of course, the best part is that they are long-term potential stocks that you can hold over time and not be worried about what's going to happen to these individual companies, because they are, of course, a lot of them dividend stocks. So these have been performing very well throughout this whole market. These seem to not give a rat's about what's going on. They don't care about tech stocks. They don't care about nothing. They're just doing phenomenally and fundamentally well, and we are going to go over all of those and a few more, so you can be sure to check them out. Anyways, guys, let's waste no further time. Make sure you always smash that like button, hit subscribe, check out our Patreon page. We are doing pretty well so far, and if you guys want to be part of that, make sure to check the link in the description box below to join my Patreon page, and I do hope to have some of you guys there, and I'd be happy to help a lot of you guys out in that group. Anyways, guys, let's not waste any time. With that said, let's begin. Yeah. Alright, guys, I cannot stress enough how important it is to follow the S&P 500, because these are going to be pretty much the top stocks you want to follow during this crash or downturn that you want to call it, because these are going to be the companies that are going to be performing much better than the overall companies, the overall sectors and the over individual companies that are going to be performing well. And some of these are actually, most of these are going to be your dividend companies. These are the ones that are going to be doing fundamentally very well, because a lot of people are going to move and park their money into dividend companies, into safe companies, and we're going to go over some of that very quickly and give you the basics of where you guys should be parking your money. And pretty much right now, with all this downturn going on, the only things that have been stable and relatively safe, you can say, is pretty much value companies, right? People are parking their money into value stocks. They're parking their money into infrastructure. They're parking their money pretty much into very long-term potential dividend companies. And of course, because they have been doing that, it has been shown, and they are doing very, very well. Some sectors you can check and look into are pretty much healthcare. Healthcare right now is a very hot sector, right? Because healthcare is pretty much pumping out your vaccines. Companies like CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, Merck, AbbVie, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and some of the healthcare companies are going to be doing fundamentally well, especially Gilead. You're going to want to park your money into sectors like this one. You're going to also want to park your money in telecommunication. This sector has been doing relatively well based on the overall market. The rest of the market has been doing horrible, right? And with these two companies, they're doing well. And of course, next we have our banks. Banks are doing very well. Today might not have been a great day for them, but they are doing very well, and they pay nice dividends, right? That's what you want to be after. The next sector that I can be telling you guys is right now that you could consider is value stocks, is airlines. Airlines aren't moving too rapidly, but they are doing okay. And of course, infrastructure like Caterpillar is doing pretty well. Deere Company, we have our Packard. These are pretty good companies you can park your money in. And of course, right now, oil sector is really hot. They are doing very well, especially with ExxonMobil, Chevron, ConocoPhillips. These are companies that are doing really better. Oh, well, at least they're not doing well right now, but they're doing much better than the overall market, because everyone is just moving right back into these high-powered dividend companies, right? Next, we have, of course, some travel stocks, right? These are your valued stocks, travel. And we have your restaurants, McDonald's, Starbucks, Yum Yum. We have Darden. These are doing a lot better. And of course, Nike has been doing pretty well overall. And of course, number one right now is real estate. Real estate market has been doing phenomenal, right? SPG was doing really well. It started going back down the past few weeks, but real estate company has been doing phenomenally well, right? If you really look into these, a lot of these real estates have been continuously going up. And next we have aerospace, especially Boeing. Boeing company has been doing very well. Lockheed Martin is another great one. And we have a few others like RTX, space travel. These have been doing very well, and they are dividend companies. Right now, Boeing is not paying dividends, so you can't really consider them as a dividend company. But let's go into some of these individually, and I'll show you why and how the chart represents how they are doing relatively well. Hey guys, let's start with one of the best and high-powered dividend company, and that is at&t, ticker symbol T. And this company has been doing phenomenally the past few months. It is just consistently going up. It's above the 5-day moving average, and nothing says that's going to be a sell right now. It's just consistently going up. You can probably assume that around 31, 32 might be a sell signal, and some people are going to sell out. But long term, this company is phenomenal, right? They pay one of the highest dividends out there for a S&P 500 aristocratic company, and they are paying almost a 7% yield dividend, which is phenomenal. They pay a lot compared to a lot of companies. RSI is still saying that it's relatively going up. MACD, histogram, TSI, everything is still pointing in the upward direction. Now let's move to the next telecommunication. We have, of course, Verizon. Verizon has been growing rapidly. If you guys watched my last video I made, I told you guys to buy Verizon. And look at that. It's doing fantastic. It's just consistently going up. MACD, histogram, everything saying it is just going to go up, all right? RSI is getting a little bit oversold over here, but it is just going nicely up, right? Look at that. It has been on point. The next sell signal you might see is around the 58.60. But guess what? It didn't happen. It was just going up today. All right, next target will probably be around $59.60 that you might see a sell come on. But this company has been doing fantastic. It is just going up consistently every day, right? So if you want to buy some safe stocks, some stocks that they're not going to go up a lot, all right? They won't. I'm just telling you, they're not going to go up very quickly, but it is pretty safe, and then also you'll be getting paid dividends at the same time. Next, we have some healthcare stocks that I really enjoy owning. This could be one of the best stocks you can own for long term to build your portfolio, and that is Pfizer. Do not expect Pfizer to just rapidly go up. This isn't a high-powered growth stock. It is going to go up very slowly. The yield on this is around 6%, and they pay a lot of dividends for a company like Pfizer, right? So the next target we can see is going to be around 38. That's where you see a lot of resistance, but they're doing very well. They're just consistently going up. After 38, you can see it going to 40 and then 42. But RSI is a little bit oversold right now, but nothing says it is going to be going down, right? They're just consistently going up and doing relatively well. Fundamentally, it is a strong company. And histogram, MACD, RSI, all just pointing up. Next, we have one of my favorites that I told you guys, and I stressed it out several times in the last video. I said just buy and get into Merck with me, right? MRK, ticker symbol. It has just been doing very well. It's trading sideways, but at the same time, it's going up. The target for this is $90, right? I'm going to assume this company will continuously go up and hit around $90. That's where I feel like it is going to be overvalued. And right now, the next resistance is around $80. Next, we're going to have 83, and then following by 84. But this company, I think it could go up to $90. And next, we have Johnson & Johnson, who is doing relatively well, consistently going up every day. Look at that. Everything is just pointing up. It is not saying it is going to be going down, right? And right now, I can't believe to say this. I used to work for this company, but CVS has been doing very well. It is another company that is just consistently going up. They do have some pullbacks here and there, but they are going up over time. And that's what you want. You want companies that are going to bring value and go up And of course, we have one of my favorite dividend companies, and that is Coca-Cola, right? Ticker symbol KO. And they are just sharks right now. They are just keep going up. Huge RSI oversold value coming up, so we couldn't see some pullbacks coming, but I highly doubt it will come until around $54-$55. That's when I think it's going to be a little bit over bought, and we can see some pullbacks. Next, we have, of course, our bank sector, right? Bank of America is one of the best banks you can own since the pandemic, since stimulus has been just being pumped into Bank of America, right? All the unemployment just goes, all those monies keep going into Bank of America. We have JP Morgan. That is another great company. It is one of the best long-term dividend companies you can own. Visa recently just had some terrible news with some fraud going on and their transaction. It's not really fraud, but it was like they were doing some manipulation in transaction, and they had some SEC investigation in them. But look at that. It just pulled right back up, right? There, you can say it's filling up the gap, but look at that. RSI was oversold, and now it is just going right back up again, and that's good. We have, of course, Citibank. Citibank has been doing relatively well. They pay nice dividend. That's what you want to go after. All right, I hate this bank. I really hate them with passion, and that's Wells Fargo, ticker symbol WFC. I hate this company, but they are doing much better than a lot of companies. I own some Wells Fargo in my retirement account, and it hasn't even recovered from the moment I bought this, and I'm still waiting to get out of this company, right? I hate this. I can't really recommend Wells Fargo to anyone because I hate it. I bought it before the pandemic around 47, 48, and I just want to break even and get the heck out of this company. I'll collect the dividends on it and reinvest it until I break even and get out. But this is another company you want to look into. I do not recommend it. I hate this company, but because they have so much scandals, always problematic. I don't even understand why I bought it in the first place. It doesn't make sense to me. I should have sticked with Bank of America when I was first buying it, and I should have just stuck with them, all right? But this is another banks are the hot sector. Next, we have your infrastructure. Caterpillar has been doing amazing, right? Jim Cramer just has been pumping the heck out of this stock, especially when it was just continuously going down. But look at that. It is just breaking out day after day and just going up and up. All right, and I think this still has a lot of room. It could easily probably be a $250, $60 stock. And you can continuously add to this and watch it keep going up right now. But however, I do see the MACD and TSI about to cross over, so a sell signal can be coming along very soon. Actually, it's a buy signal. Excuse me. There was a sell signal over here. Right now, it's actually a buy signal. So, histogram has been pointing down, but it's still going back up. So you can't rely on histogram on this one because it's an infrastructure. It is pretty much like a valued played stock, you can say, and it has been doing relatively well the past few months and even weeks, right? Another one that I really like actually is GE. It's another airliner. Well, they do a lot of things, right? This company is involved in several companies, and it has been consistently moving up. They only pay a penny a share, which is awful. So I wouldn't rely on this as a dividend company. If you guys want some dividend companies, this is not something I would want, but it has been going up nicely. Procter & Gamble is one of my favorite companies. This is a definitely long-term company you want to pretty much own forever, and it has been doing very well. Let's move on. Last time I told you guys cigarette companies are on insane roll. All right, I told you guys Philip Morris is one of my favorite dividend companies. I understand I'm a pharmacist and I'm not supposed to be advocating for cigarettes or smoking, but it's paying the bills, right? This company pays insane dividend. It pays $1.20 a share for each stock. That is massive, right? This company is a massive dividend company and is doing relatively well. It just keeps going up. Small pullbacks. The only thing you have to worry about is lawsuits with this company, right? Because it is a cigarette company. A lot of people can have cancer from this, and that's the only downfall. Next one we have, of course, Altria, another high-powered dividend company that is doing very well. They're also another cigarette company. Right? So that I know I shouldn't be advocating for these because I'm a pharmacist, but they're doing well, and so why wouldn't I recommend stocks like that to people just because I'm a pharmacist, right? And of course, we have another favorite of mine, and that is Pepsi. Look at this. This is a giant, all right? It is just pulling some crazy moves, going up a few dollars a day. I enjoy this company. This is something you definitely want to own long term. Next, we have ExxonMobil. This has a massive pullback. This one is something you guys can get into because it had a nice pullback. Buy signal is about to come on. MACD and RSI are getting ready to cross over, and that's about a buy signal coming up for you. So you can definitely get into this one. Chevron is one of my favorite oil companies, oil sector to own. It did have a pullback, but of course, another run looks like is coming up. MACD TSI is about to cross over on these. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to go up. One of the best plays you can do is Boeing, all right? This is if you want to do airline, I would stick with Boeing, all right? Boeing is one of the best companies you can own long-term. They lost a lot of revenue with their 747 plane, MAX, the 747 MAX with all the crashes they have. But they are going to be building their infrastructure, right? They're going to be getting more government contracts. A lot of those are going to come head their way. Next, we have Lockheed Martin. If you want to avoid Boeing, you can do Lockheed Martin. They are a lot better, much more aerospace, much more weaponized company. If you want to go after a weapon company, if you believe some war is about to come our way, which could definitely happen, especially after a pandemic, a lot of countries start going into war. Sometimes that happens, like they just get fed up with all the disaster they've been through, and they just want to take it out on someone else. And Lockheed Martin, if we go to war, is going to be one of those stocks that are just gonna explode. If you're gonna do some cruises, CCL isn't too bad. I really like Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is a very good company. It is one of the biggest, I guess, cruise lines you can stick to. But right now they are just a sell signal, right? CCL is doing a little bit better than them, to be honest with you. But it has been on a downturn. That's the only shame part about that. So we don't know how long it's going to go down, but it could have a nice pullback coming up. And I was actually going to go over this one, and that is Colgate, right? This is something you guys use on a daily basis, right? You should be buying stuff that you buy every single day, you use every single day, and that is your toothpaste, right? Colgate, look at that. It was just pretty much bottomed out. It traded exactly how I like a company to trade, sideways for a few days, and now we have a major breakout. I doubt it's going to stop around $80. Even though it's getting a little oversold, I think they still have room for 82, even up to 85. If we go check out tip ranks and see how much they are worth, we can relatively get a nice estimate to see where these people are targeting its price. And they're saying it's going to go to around $85. So we have around another $5-6. Look at that. You have another 7.5%, almost 7% left room to grow on this. And there's no signal. There's no reason why it would stop at 85. This is just people, analysts who say it's worth around 85, but this thing could go even $90, $100, right? Especially as long as this downturn of a market keeps going on, these dividend companies are going to continuously go up and grow. One of Nancy Pelosi's stocks has been doing awful, and that is Disney. But of course, next few days, April, the Disney is going to be opening up their parks. So that's the crazy part. Their parks are about to open, even though Corona hasn't gone yet, and 6 feet hasn't gone yet, and sanitization is still happening. Masks are still being worn. These companies are starting to open up their amusement parks. So Disney's is about to open. They were doing very well during the pandemic with all their Disney Plus and all their subscription-based products. And look at that. It is just growing and doing nicely. Another one that Nancy Pelosi owns is AB Alliance Bernstein, and this is a very powerful dividend company, right? It is doing relatively well. It's just consistently going down, but the last few days has been downfall for them, all right? They've been just getting crushed, but it looks like they are starting to trade sideways finally. And if as long as it keeps trading sideways and it goes above the 5-day moving average, you can relatively start building a position in this and get in, because it is a very good dividend company. And look, every time it goes around 45 to 50 RSI, it starts building up and then shoots right back up, right? We have 45 RSI, it starts building up and goes like up. We got the 45 RSI right here, starts building up, shoots up. So that's what I like about Alliance Bernstein. It is a nice dividend company. What it is, it's pretty much a hedge fund company, right? I want to be straight out with you guys. If a lot of you guys might hate these hedge fund people, this is a hedge fund company. So if you hate hedge funds and you don't want to support them, maybe you want to stay away from Alliance Bernstein. But they have been proven to be doing well right now. But right now it is a sell signal, so that's good. You can pray for them to die right now, for the company to crash, and then you can buy them cheap and collect their nice dividends that they offer. They give very good dividends. If you checked my video on Nancy Pelosi, what she's buying, I showed you guys this company has been paying high dividends, right? It is very good. If you want to be a long-term dividend company, this could be something you can look into. Thanks again for watching my video. As always, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so YouTube could alert you when my next video comes out. Also, guys, feel free to add me on Instagram. I pretty much post there daily. I post some buys, sells, but most of that is going to be done on the Patreon page, so make sure to sign up if you want to be part of that. Anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what other stocks you'd like me to do a video on, or if you have a question about specific stock, let me know in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to help you out. Make sure to not miss out the promotion going on with WeBull right now, where they are giving 4 free stocks, 2 when you sign up to just use their platform, and 2 more when you deposit of $100 or more. WeBull will give you 2 of those stocks, will be worth from a minimum value of $8 all the way up to $1,600. Check in the link in the description box below for those. And if you want another free stock, of course, FirstTrade gives out very good stocks. Check the link for that one. And finally, we have, of course, Robinhood. Check the link in the description box below if you want a free stock from Robinhood. Thanks again for watching my video, and until next time, make money with Mike.